Hey guys, this is Mr. Havens, the Argyle assassin himself, giving them all the shivers. And you're listening to DB, Primo, AJ here on the Sit Down Marks podcast, the best podcast for professional wrestling.
Hey, yo.
If I can be serious for a minute.
Oh, yeah. Acknowledge me. What it is, people. What's happening? Here we go, 2024. It's your boys, the Sit Down Marks, episode number 121 of the Sit Down Marks podcast. Today, just me and the OG, me and the number one Primo is here for this pod here today. So none of the boys could make it. So we thought it'd been a little while. So me and Primo thought we'd jump on here and talk at you here for a little bit. How you doing, brother? Everything good on your end?
Pretty good, man. So I didn't realize, he said 2024. We started this thing in 2021.
Yeah.
How crazy.
That's what the banners say. We got banners to prove it.
That's right. That's true. I forgot about that. Yeah. So no, I'm doing good, man. You know, I did take a poll at work today.
Awesome.
And so I might have some late run-ins, some late entries to this, but I only have 2 so far. I asked them and said, well, remember these guys don't have any wrestling like knowledge. So
they don't follow anything.
No. Yeah. I asked them, I said, what would be your tag team name? One of them said Mary Kate and Smashley.
Nice. Okay. Pick on people, yeah.
And Simon and Garnuckle.
Simon and Garnuckle.
So, also, speaking of my coworkers, you guys would be pretty proud. I've been trying to convert one of the former non-believers of wrestling. So, and I guess he had seen some clips. He caught an episode of SmackDown one time, and he text me. He's like, "Man, this stuff is awesome."
Oh,
he's like, "Tell me something to watch." Mm-hmm. So I told him to go watch WrestleMania 17.
Good choice.
Woo.
Good choice.
And he loved it. So I'm converting one out there, getting a new fan.
Well, look at you saying hard on the campaign trail. We appreciate it.
That's right.
God bless you, brother.
Doing the Lord's work out there.
Doing the Lord's work out there. Spreading the good word of wrestling. That's what you're doing.
That's right.
It's not just a moniker around here. Primo's putting boots to the ground, people. He's getting people on the side of wrestling. And, it reminded me of the they're calling him Dr. D. Grayson Waller after that incident the other night on
yeah.
I guess apparently this dude had kind of been nudging him backstage a little bit before they went out about saying the F word with wrestling, that it was fake and yada yada. He's like, yeah, you know what I mean. So and then so when they kind of pushed it when they got out there, it was LA Knight and Grayson Waller that was being interviewed by somebody about something, and some dude reporter there was kind of nudging him about it being by being fake. And he initially asked LA Knight to do his finisher on him or something like that, and LA's like, I don't know if you want to do that, man. And then he looked at Grayson, he's like, you want to handle this one? And and then it just piped off from there. And
right.
So it got a little out of hand, but anyway, I don't know how we got to talking about that. So yeah, so just us two today. The boys will be back, I guess, for the next pod, which will be post Royal Rumble. But me and Primo is going to talk a little bit about what's going on today. But Primo, let's kick it off first, man, with it's been a minute since I really got excited, and I have to say, watching SmackDown the other night when The Rock came out, the goosebumps returned, man, and it was cool to see The Rock back up there again. What was your feeling when you saw The Rock come out and interrupt old Jinder Mahal?
So we knew that when they said a champ was returning. See, number one, I thought they were going to swerve us. It was going to be like a United States champ or something like that, or like women's tag team champ or something crazy. Like I'd be like, oh, okay, whatever. But they actually brought out a former world champ and the modern day Maharaja himself.
Raja.
Yeah, I might have been the only guy who actually likes gender, but no. He came out, and then, of course, when he came out, like, okay, well, obviously somebody bigger is going to come out and interrupt him. So then we got The Rock. That's cool. That was real cool. What I liked most was what he said at the end. I mean, no matter what, anytime I see The Rock, Stone Cold, little kid Primo comes back again. It doesn't matter. It was awesome. Goosebumps, of course. But no, what he said at the end there was pretty good.
Yeah, it kind of laid it out like Rock and Roman. We're going to see that match coming up pretty soon. Do you want to? Let me ask you, as a fan, and I will initially say this first. Then I'm going to ask you. I'd love to see that match. I don't want to see The Rock go over if Roman still got the title. If that's what they're doing, you know what I mean? Because Rock ain't staying around for a while. He don't need to be the guy to take it off Roman. But it'd be an awesome story. It'd be a great play up. But what do you think? Would you want that to be like a night 2 headliner Sunday night final match of WrestleMania? Rock Roman. Do you want to see
if
that?
If it happens, it would have to be the main event, right? It's The Rock. Right. So I don't mind seeing it happen. I'm split on who I would want to win. Would I want The Rock to win? I don't care for The Rock to win. Right. What's he got to gain?
Right. Yeah.
But on the flip side, if Roman beats The Rock, who could beat Roman? Like, there's already nobody that can beat Roman.
Right.
So, but yes, I mean, to answer your question, yeah, I do want to see it.
Yeah. I've heard rumblings too that they were possibly going to hold that match off until he is about to. What is he breaking Hogan's streak?
He's close to it, I believe.
Is it going to be after Mania? Probably. But anyway, whatever that is, they were going to hold that match off to make it like his match, like being The Rock. Like, then right after that, he'll be ending the streak of Hogan and, all that kind of stuff. But
it'd be September of this year, whenever he breaks Hogan's record.
Okay, so maybe they could play that up until maybe do it at SummerSlam.
So maybe, but that's a WrestleMania match.
Sure, absolutely. It's a good point.
And I get it. Also, I guess Cody's just never going to finish the story.
I think we're going to get there, but I think they're just saying, we'll get there. You know
what I
mean?
They'll let us think he's going to do it. They're going to put him at WrestleMania again, and Roman's just going to go over again. And then, Rock will run in at the end.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. They're going to do something.
Either way, it is exciting.
Sure. Puts a little shot of adrenaline into wrestling, right? I think so.
Yeah, I think The Rock we'll see a little bit more of The Rock between now and WrestleMania season.
Yeah.
Maybe a flash of him at the Rumble if something happens at the Rumble.
Yep. Very, very true. Very true.
What if he came back like number 30 and won the Rumble? He pulls a Brock.
Right. That'd be interesting. Rumble is full of possibilities.
That's why I love it.
There's a lot of different ways they could go this time. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is going to be interesting with Punk being back, Cody still trying to finish the story, Drew in the mix. So it should be interesting. Let's talk about it.
Definitely yeah, it still holds as my favorite pay per view.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm already kind of like counting down for. I'm like, all right, cool. Like next
It's like in
Saturday
2 weeks, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
coming up. Yeah, that'd be great. Why not do 2 nights of Royal Rumble and let the girls headline like Friday night?
That'd be cool. That'd
You
be
know,
cool.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think that'd be a good idea. Let the girls headline Friday, boys headline Saturday. You can still get some decent matches in too. But I don't know. I'm surprised they didn't try to do that yet. But so you and I were pre-pod here. We were watching the. This pod's going to be all over the place today, people. So just to let you know. But we're going to talk
just keep
about
up.
yeah. So now we're going to transition to AEW for a second. But pre-pod here, we were just watching Samoa Joe, the new AEW champion, versus Hook. Um, just kind of watching it from last night's Dynamite. First off, let's talk about Samoa Joe as champion. He won the belt at AEW World's End. He ended MJF's run. There was a big reveal there that the two guys in the all black hoods were Bennett and Matt Taven.
Oh yeah, the big swerve without a goal. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a big swerve there. Joe ended up being the coming champion, but we've had a little bit of time since then. Joe's had a little time with the just belt, not much, but he's defended it a few times. But I'm really liking Joe as champ. What do you think?
Oh yeah. I mean, I've always loved Joe. In Samoa they just call him Joe, right?
They do.
No, I love him. I've always loved him, and he's always just oozes championship material.
Right.
So, of course, they had to take it off MJF, right? He's been shouting for 2 or 3 years. 2024, contract negotiations, 2024, right?
Yeah,
2024 comes around, so of course they're going to make it seem like he's off TV and things are in question.
Right,
So no, but as far as Joe goes, I think it was a smart move.
Yeah. I thought it was the right person. I love Joe as champ. He almost seems a little meaner, if that's possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean,
he just don't give a crap, dude.
Right. And we just watched him fucking brutalize Hook on Dynamite.
That's the same word I was thinking. That's exactly it. He threw that kid around like a rag doll.
Oh my god, yeah, and yeah, it was wild, man. So I feel like he's like on another level as far as like nastiness. Joe's always been entertaining to me from Ring of Honor to Impact to NXT. Like every form he's ever been in, he's just entertaining. Always loved his style. And he was a big man that could really move. You know what I mean? So a lot of his stuff, looks really good when he's really laying it in. But yeah, poor Hook, man. That dude's got to be sore as fuck today or whatever that was.
Yeah, that Uranagi onto the table and then didn't followed up with the slam onto the apron there.
On the apron, yeah. Oh god, yeah. Jeez, man.
And then, like two muscle busters. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm enjoying Joe as champ. I've liked that move. Like, people may say AEW's fucked up a lot of shit, but this one they got right. Like, I like this one. So,
with how over the years with Samoa Joe, how built up the Muscle Buster is. What do you think of Hook kicking out on a 1?
Yeah, I mean, I never ever like any incidents where anybody kicks out of a finisher. I think I think we talked about that before. I just it's kind of discredits it, but we I guess in wrestling they're trying to bring Hook up, right? They're trying to
he's supposed to be this tough New York kid.
Yeah, they're trying to level him up, get him on a bigger level instead of just kind of doing lower stuff. So they're trying to bring him up, so he's gonna go out there just take fucking ass whipping and
He had the run-in by Magnum TA at the end there.
Yeah, no shit. He does look Adam Page with the mustache. It's Magnum TA 2024. Go look it up, people. Do
That's funny.
pictures side by side. I mean, yeah, he was in the I Quit match with Tully Blanchard. No kidding. Did you get a chance to? Did you watch any of Wrestle Kingdom?
I didn't. I saw a couple highlights. I know that like Nick Nemeth was there. I saw the TJP came out in some gimmick.
Yeah, it was some wild looking shit, wasn't it? Like,
Yeah.
Is that a video game reference or anything I don't understand?
I gotta be honest, I don't know. I don't know that one.
Okay. I mean, I was just checking.
Yeah.
All right.
It looked cool.
Yeah, they did. So, all right, Supremo. So we're TNA fans. Did you get to watch Hard to Kill?
I saw part of it. I definitely saw the opener with Eric Young.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, the return to TNA. That was perfect. Let him come back, kind of do this little eulogy thing. Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
and then of course I saw Moose beat Alex Shelley.
Yep.
You know, he had the title for a long time.
Yeah, he did. I got to I didn't touch it, of course, but I actually got to see it in Dreamwave. He had it with him there.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and that was cool, man. And that was April of last year. And
Damn.
I don't know how long he had it before that, but you know.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I was like, so Moose lost the title to Josh Alexander, who held it forever, and then Josh lost it to Alex Shelley, and then Alex Shelley gave it right back to Moose.
Right. Yep.
And then of course we had the big return at the end.
Right. Crazy Steve won the digital media title.
Yeah.
I think it was the what do they call them? Decay. Yeah. The girls.
Decay.
They won the tag team.
What's it? Havoc and
Rosemary.
Yep.
Yeah.
You see, Trinity said her farewell, but
did she after the match? She did.
Yeah, so she basically, I guess, there was some videos of her basically saying goodbye to TNA,
she's going
making
back.
It seem as though she's coming back. Yeah.
So she's going to come back to WWE possibly, huh?
To the dub.
Yeah, so Moose was the big winner here as far as is belt wise, and then Nick Nemeth shows up, giving a little sweet chin music.
He can class the place up a bit.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, so we got Moose back, I thought it was pretty good.
Is he comes back and he stands eye to eye with Moose.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And it tells you how big people are in WWE.
Exactly. Yeah. And Dolph looked little on TV. So, I mean, not little, but
he didn't look huge,
right? Yeah. Yep. A little more realization there. But, yeah, so I guess now we're off to the races with maybe Nick and Moose and a little...
Honestly, that's cool. I kind of like that decision.
Right.
Obviously, he'll have a good run there. He'll be a top talent.
They had a bunch of new belts too. Did you see? They got all new belts.
Yes, they got TNA belts, and they all look like regal, like real regal looking.
Yeah.
Like actual good looking, proud to wear title belts. I think.
Sure.
In my mind.
Yeah, look more like not just like very brandy. It looks
right.
More like a title, kind of like Big Goldie, but
right.
Just
like
that kind of gold. Yeah, man. But I'm excited TNA's back. I guess I could find it somewhere, but I don't have Access TV on my TV. I think it's just I don't know, but we'll try to keep up with what's going on there, especially if more people end up end up showing up. So, Primo, man, I want to hear your opinion, man. Give me your Rotten Tomatoes, all that, up fingers, up and down stuff. So, the big movie out for all of us wrestling fans. Believe it or not, man, I've not had a chance to because I want to see it at the theater, but I think I've already lost my chance. So I'm gonna have to just watch it on HBO Max shortly. But you were able to see the Iron Claw at the movies.
Yeah.
What'd you think, man? Tell us.
So I went to Alamo Draft House and saw it like opening weekend. I think I saw it on the Friday it came out. Honestly, I liked it. They were able to tell the story, like they were able to convey the story of the Von Erich family in a way that not just wrestling fans would be able to consume.
Sure.
The timeline was a little skewed in some parts, but for Hollywood, you had to have some like continuity missteps to keep the movie flowing.
Sure.
For instance, like they made Kerry's accident seem like it was right after he won the NWA title. Also, like I liked it. I would give it probably. Oh man, I'd probably give it a 3.5 out of 5. Mm-hmm. But I'd give it probably a 4 if it wasn't for whoever I don't even know who this guy is, but whoever they got to cast to do the segment as Ric Flair sucked, bro. He sucked so bad. How do you mess up a Ric Flair impression?
Right.
You could have got 100 wrestling fans and lined them up, and they would have done a better impression. I told you before the pre-pod here, that you could have put Jay Lethal on there as a callback to wrestling fans because we know about his woo-off, and we would have still got more of a kick out of that. The guy that played Ric Flair did terrible. Luckily, it was only 2 minutes of the movie, so it didn't really impact the movie overall. It was a good movie. It told the story well. There was plenty of wrestling in it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also Texas, so I like
that
too.
Yeah. I'm still excited.
Overall,
to see it,
go watch it. Yeah, for sure.
Sure. Yeah. I'm still excited to see it, man. I want to see. I want to see were the Freebirds in it a lot, or just kind of at certain points.
Certain points.
Yeah.
Oh, I will say that the casting they did for Harley Race, that was great.
You nail it.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know how they got that so right, and the guy that played Ric Flair was so wrong.
Right. It's Flair, for God's sakes. Everybody knows Flair.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right. Yeah, I'm excited to see that. So, let's talk a couple other things with AEW. Are you digging Edge and Christian, or Adam Copeland and Christian? I think they need to move away from this as soon as possible, right?
Yes, I agree. At a certain point, it was played out. I'd say probably a couple matches ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on.
I was gonna say right now, that's not really doing anything. They kind of pissed each other off, and then
what happened? He won. Adam won the title, and then immediately lost it.
Right? Yeah.
So Christian has it back, and
Christian took it back, and
that sumbitch. No,
right? Yeah.
They just need to separate for a little bit.
Right.
It's like they almost don't know how to finish that story.
Right. Yeah, and I think they might be quietly trying to do that with kind of what Adam Copeland's been doing with wrestling. Like he wrestled Griff Grifferson the other day. Garrison, remember that one?
I saw Griff Garrison. I saw a like a picture. He was wrestling. I think it was Griff Garrison actually.
Yeah,
where it basically said
that
he's doing the CM Punk route where he wrestles young talent, and then on pay-per-views he has his big match.
Yeah, Lee Moriarty, I think, was who he had the last week, I think, or something like that. But
so it keeps working young talent, and then has his meaningful matches at the pay-per-views.
Yeah. What did you think about? We all kind of like this tournament. What did you think about Eddie Kingston ended up winning the Continental Classic?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
Great story wise.
he's 1 year guys definitely. So
Sure.
that dude is draped in gold right now.
Right. Yeah. He's got a lot. I was. This was really good for Eddie. This was kind of like his final. I belong here kind of deal because you hear his
Yeah.
his promos and stuff all the time.
He's got titles in AEW, Ring of Honor, New Japan.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But I like that tournament. I don't hope they do it a lot. Let's say maybe every year, but like maybe every year and a half or so. Maybe.
Yeah, it's definitely not one you want to happen all the time, so it doesn't lose its luster. But it's a good one
for sure. Well, let's jump to the Rumble, man. Let's talk about. It's like a week and a half. It's our favorite pay-per-view of the year, or PLE, whatever you want to call it. I'm not even really, honestly, focusing too much on anything else other than who's going to win the Rumble.
The Rumble itself, right?
Yeah, the Rumble itself. Yeah. Girls, let's talk women's first before we talk boys. To me, women's. It feels like Bailey is probably the clear-cut storyline, probably best winner because she's breaking up with Damage Control kind of already. I forget the name of the girl that's the champion right now.
Io.
Yeah, Io Sky. Yeah, so that would kind of make sense for a WrestleMania match between them two. Bailey, cashing in or choosing her or whatever, and.
Yeah, I mean, I would love for Bailey to win. She hadn't won it yet, so I don't necessarily want Becky to win again.
Right.
And I like Becky, but I just don't. I don't think it's quite time for there already to be a 2-time female winner.
Right.
Whenever there's only been like 6 or 7 female Royal Rumbles,
Sure.
So I think. Honestly, it would be kind of cool. They haven't done this yet. Would be a return. Well, no, they have done it. Ronda Rousey did it that year we went. I was gonna say they could have a surprise return come and win, like Trinity.
Or like Trinity, or like Mercedes.
Yeah.
Or Sasha Banks, whichever she ends up being. She's got to come up somewhere eventually.
Yeah, I saw there were contract talks that kind of ceased. That could all be, blowing smoke.
Yeah, Triple H has gotten good at keeping secrets, man. We've seen it lately. I love it. Like, keep doing it.
But no, I mean, I agree. I think I agree on that pick. If it's not a surprise return that wins, I had to agree with Bailey. That's the only one I could really see.
Right. Let's say who else wins. Charlotte's out.
So Raquel.
Raquel would be I would be awesome. I think that would be great, honestly. But like, to me, like, Becky kind of jumps out in a way. Just because they can put her on top always, and she can have.
She's wanting to feud with Rhea right now.
Yeah,
and Rhea even told her on Monday, she's like, "I want you to win," because she wants to face her at WrestleMania. Which I'm like, well, if the champ wants to fight you already at WrestleMania, I'll just make the match.
Just make the match. You don't have to win the Rumble.
Yeah.
You can just do it. Yeah. So those are probably the best picks, probably. So let's go to the men's. Who you thinking, man? Who you leaning towards right now for the men's Royal Rumble winner? Obviously, this person challenges Seth.
Oh,
not Roman,
not Cody, and honestly, I don't think Punk's gonna win.
Okay.
I'm gonna say like LA Knight, or wouldn't that be something if Jay won?
Yeah, Jay would be we would know where Jay would be going, but what if they swerved us and like Gunther won it?
Right, because he's in it.
Right,
he's in it. Bobby Lashley's in it.
Yeah,
we could have anybody else return, of course, but
yeah, A lot of times when they put like a champ in there like that, their WrestleMania match is probably going to come out of that Rumble because they're going to be mad or pissed off that they got thrown out by somebody, and then that's how they're going to mix it up. But
Yeah.
like I could see him being one of the last few.
You know who else? AJ. AJ could win.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like kind of due for that. He hadn't won a Rumble yet.
Right. Yeah. Like if you put a gun in my head, I'm probably picking LA Knight, honestly. If I had to pick.
Honestly, I think if I agree with you there.
Right.
LA Knight, he sticks out the most.
He does.
With me, I guess if I had to pick him, I'd say LA Knight and then probably AJ Styles second. Because I think I pick AJ Styles every year.
Right. But does LA challenge Romans? LA challenge Seth? Because Rock might be in the picture for Roman. So
yeah, I guess we'll see how that plays out. I mean, if Rock is in the picture, obviously LA can challenge Seth, and that'd be good. They can both talk. How long do you? So when do you think CM Punk enters the Rumble? The beginning, the middle, or the end?
I think he's in the 20s. I think he's like probably
when they start bringing out the top stars.
Yeah, like 25 sounds about right to me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like not quite last, but can get in a couple. But he's going to be somewhat late. I think.
I always feel like
Punk and Seth
number 30 is like always such a bummer.
right. Yeah,
like number 30 is never what you want it to be. Right. No, I think I agree with that. The third, last third of the people coming out. Because I'd say if he came out at the beginning, it'd be one of those where he did like the Marathon Man thing, and then gets thrown out.
Yeah.
Isn't Drew? His Drew's in it too.
Yeah, he's in it too. I read that this one's going to have a lot of NXT flavor in it, like Carmelo Hayes,
Braun, Carmelo,
Trick Daddy, maybe.
You see, Braun and Baron Corbin are working together for the Dusty Classic.
Yep. I've been haven't watched NXT in a while, but every now and again I'll just kind of fast forward through it and see what's on there. I really haven't watched this. It's Pretty Deadly left.
Butch says he's basically done with Ball and Brutes, and he's hinted at like Pete Dunne coming back.
Yeah, so they've been kind of like talking or whatever. I think they're just going to form a tag team. They're going to be a tag team, probably.
Him and Big Strong Boy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they are. So, yeah, because I haven't seen Rich Holland. Well, I have seen Rich Holland, but I can't remember who he was dressed. He was dressed somewhere.
He faced Ilya Dragunov.
That's right. When they did that
injury angle.
Yeah.
Which is kind of fucked up because he accidentally injured Big E.
I know, right? Yeah, it is kind of fucked up. Right? I mean, it really is going to do it, and they were totally selling everything, and I'm just like, oh, shit. Everybody's like, again, like,
right.
Oh, and then you find out
this guy already felt like crap in real life, like, for injuring Renee. I mean, it wasn't his fault altogether, but...
Yeah. No, it wasn't.
I'm sure he felt bad.
Right. But yeah.
No. Well, yeah, I don't think, that I forgot where I was going with that, but I don't think that much is going on as far as people coming from NXT to like the main roster anytime soon, except for maybe Braun.
Right. Yeah. And who can really be a surprise? Like, honestly, like there's no real rumors out there. Free agents.
Matt Cardona. That's what we say every year.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, if it's a surprise, it's a small one. Carlito would be in it, but that ain't really a surprise.
Yeah, I always feel like we hype the surprises in our brains more than they actually are going to be. And
Right.
that's just a fault of wrestling fans. We do that to ourselves.
Right. Give me fucking Diesel, damn it.
Yeah.
Right.
I want everybody awesome right now.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, but I can't wait though, man. It's just exciting. Those first,
I love
those
it. It's always one that I tune in for, definitely.
yeah. It's so fun. It's great live. We can attest to that. It's really cool.
That was so fun.
Right. It was. So how do you feel about wrestling right now, man? Are you intrigued by a lot of things, or you just kind of watch them because you still watch, or I think there's kind of a lot of good things. Like Joe being champ is great. I'm still paying attention to Gunther, his reign. Um, so I'm still watching what he's doing. Rock is back. Go ahead.
I'm getting, when I scroll my feed, whether it's, whatever social media I'm on, I'm seeing highlights from everything. From WWE, Raw, SmackDown, NXT. I'm seeing AEW. I'm seeing, obviously TNA's in the buzz because they're back. TNA's back.
Yeah.
And then I'm even seeing MLW buzz because Matt Riddle went to MLW.
Riddle's there, yeah. Good point.
So, I think wrestling is on fire right now.
Exactly, and it's kind of a boom going on. With a lot of different companies. Dreamwave, the independent scene is as hot as it ever is, as it can be right now. And yeah, shows are selling out. People are going to shows. It's great, man. Yeah. It's very alive and well right now. And then when stuff like The Rock happens, like stuff like top tier, just shoots like a ripple and people paying attention again. And, it's very healthy right now. It's very healthy. And I don't even know what happened at Wrestle Kingdom. I don't even know if they have a new champion. So
but I couldn't tell you either, to be honest.
So
I know the EC3 is still NWA champ.
Yes, he is. Yeah. I've been trying to catch that, man. Like I said, I need to get. They need to get their stuff on C-Dub or something. So my VCR. How about I say my fucking VCR? That's how old I am. My DVR
on TV.
Right. A DVR can record it instead of having to go watch it on YouTube. But
your TiVo.
Right. Yeah. All right, Primo, a couple things, man, before we go out of here. We got an Iron Spirit Pro show this Saturday, January the 20th at the Normal Activity Community Center. If you're keeping up with Iron Spirit Pro, then you know that last December, former guest of the podcast, and I think he was almost 1 year champion of Iron Spirit by about a day, I believe. CJ Esparza lost the belt to Craig Mitchell, so that was the ending of 2023. So 2024 is about to kick off on Saturday night. We're going to get started with a big card. So if you're around the normal Illinois area, come check us out, ironspiritpro.com, or follow us on Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff, and come check us out if you're in the area. But Primo, man, this is kind of big stuff here, man. You might want to get your acceptance speech ready, sir, because, the cat's out of the bag amongst us already. But I'm going to go ahead and tell it to the world and give our due diligence. We're at the beginning of the pod. You were talking about how long we've been chugging away at this podcast and cranking these things out. Giving away free stickers in the wrestling community, putting up banners, going to shows, interviewing wrestlers, hustling for sponsors, all the things that came with us doing, this podcast thing with the wrestling community. And, never, a lot of people say this is very cliche, but honestly, never did I ever think that doing this would ever lean us into not only receiving, appraisal from people, but, Primo, we're going to be going into a very recognitionable hall, so to speak. So to quit, bumbling about all the words and stuff like that, but had to lead up to it a little bit. I was just informed a couple of weeks ago that here in the very near future, coming up, our biggest supporter, Thomas Bryce, who is the owner of SportsWire Radio. That you can go to sportswireradio.org and check out our podcast amongst other sports podcasts and other things. He's supported us for day one, man. He picked up our little pod after we've been doing it for a short little time, put us on SportsWire Radio, and we were kind of one of the first people to kind of help get SportsWire Radio to where it is today. Giving content from us, and he's always put our stuff out there on SportsWire Radio, and he's been nothing but nice to us, man. Anything we've ever needed, any kind of advice, any kind of he's Thomas Bryce, man. He's the number one global sports reporter.
Number one.
Right.
That's right.
But
we
man,
didn't practice that.
I know we didn't. But I can't thank you enough. But to quit beating around the bush, I was just informed by Thomas Price a couple of weeks ago that our podcast, the Sit Down Marks podcast, is being inducted into the SportsWire Radio Hall of Fame. Primo.
Wow. Holy cow, man.
Come on now.
Yeah, it's insane, man.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
I never thought I'd be in the Hall of Fame of anything. So that's pretty cool. Thanks, Thomas Bryce. Like you said, he's been a big supporter of ours and has always been there for us when we needed him since we first came on with SportsWire. He's very interactive station manager, especially even with his own show. It's an honor, man. We appreciate it. That is insane news. I'm stumbling and mumbling over my words now. It's very exciting. To say, to put it nice and sweet there. It's very exciting, and thank you.
Yeah. It really is cool. If AJ was here, he'd say the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, it was cool to be able to be a part of SportsWire Radio. To meet these other guys from overseas that we probably would have never seen and talked to. And
it's
true. Great. Yeah, and it was all because Thomas Bryce and SportsWire Radio, and we've and that motivates us, in some capacity to always kind of keep this podcast going, because I guess when you think people aren't listening, I guess they really are. You know what I mean? So so it was great, man. I remember, Primo. Let's talk about this, man. I remember when we were excited to be on SportsWire Radio, and then you sent Thomas that first podcast that was going to be on SportsWire.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was like we would listen like every Friday night. It was like our podcast came on like right before Thomas's show, I think. But it came, but it would come on like right after this like really cool like mix up. The music mix.
The dance right before our podcast starts.
Yeah, it was like music mix, like it was like mixtaping made from like the 80s, man. I love it.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, we tune in.
Yeah, and I still try to listen, when I can, especially at work, during the days when I'm driving around places. But I remember hearing our voices and our podcast on SportsWire Radio for like the first couple times, just mind being blown
on online sports network. That's pretty
Yeah.
wild. And you're right. He did open doors for us. Call back, any of our longtime listeners would know stuff, interviews with people like R.P. Davies or Cumbrian Outlaw Rick Marcus.
Rick Marcus, right? Yeah.
Those interviews don't happen without Thomas Bryce.
Right.
We got a bunch of, we see our demographics and all of our analytics for our episodes. A lot of our overseas listeners probably come from initially hearing us on SportsWire.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, and we are very thankful for that. And we love all our UK listeners and everybody that's downloading the podcast. And and like Primo said, Thomas has a lot to do with why these people are that you are able to listen to our podcast, so know who we are. So so we appreciate it. Really couldn't be any more appreciative. And thank you so much. So that's going to be coming up here in the near future. So we'll be talking about that more and let you know all about it. And check out sportswireradio.org. Check us out on all the podcast platforms, as we'll be talking about that. But Primo, man, I think that's it, man, for pre-Rumble talk. We're going to come back here in just a couple weeks with, I think, full squad, boys, all on deck here, talking about what had just happened at the Royal Rumble, probably around the first week of February. So, yeah, I'm excited, man. What you doing for the Rumble? You guys gonna cook up some food and kick back?
So. Yeah. Anytime I have a major sporting event, we won't talk about any of mine recently, but
no, we won't.
I like to cook up we got a killer queso recipe. I like to sit down, make some queso and make a day of it and get ready. Yeah. And honestly, I'm a beer guy. I like to drink some beer. It'll be a whole event. I like the Rumble. So I'll watch that live. Yeah, my mom's in town. She's a big wrestling fan too, so we're probably going to cook up some food. I don't know exactly what's on the menu yet for the Rumble, but always excited, man. I like the Rumble too because I hope they stick to kind of what they've been doing, not hit that women's Rumble, an opener, and
because like you're excited right off the bat. You watch that women's Rumble. And then you can kind of settle in with the matches and eat some food.
Yeah.
And then by the time you're done, the men's is going to be starting, man.
It's so good, too.
Yeah, it's great, man.
Yeah, I love it.
It's great. I know.
Definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah. And usual tradition normally is the morning of the Rumble, assuming that I can, nothing crazy going on. I usually watch the year before's Rumble.
Yeah.
Just kind of get the vibe of what happened then versus what happens that night.
I typically kind of do that. I'll go to the network and I'll click on a random Rumble. I like to selfishly watch the one that we went to. So, so far, by the way, excuse me. So far, we of course have the men's Royal Rumble, the women's Royal Rumble. Mm-hmm. I forgot about Shinsuke being in the Rumble match. You have the Fatal 4-Way: Roman Reigns, AJ Styles, Randy Orton, and LA Knight for the title.
Yeah.
And then you have Logan Paul versus KO for the United States Championship. That's all that's announced so far.
I think KO might take that off of him just to let him go back to being he'll set up some sort of Mania match with Ricochet again, maybe, or Xavier Woods or somebody like
that. Random.
Yeah, something like that. Because he could probably pull off some kind of high flying match with
Santos
Logan.
Escobar.
Yeah, man, I'm digging Santos. I love when he's in gangster mode. Hell yeah, LWO dog. Like I've always liked him anyway, but like I really like when he's like got like a stable, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's when he
Oh
shines.
yeah. He brought in Los Lotharios.
Yeah. I think it's working good. I like it.
Yeah. Oh, did you see the clip of
Alligator.
fucking DJ Zemayon? Forget what his fucking name is, real quick.
Yeah.
Wild or whatever his name is. Anyway, I'm just so excited from that clip that I saw about him when they put him on. He was on the ropes and they grabbed him and launched him.
Yes. Grabbed the roots, like that he went so far.
He flew.
Yeah. You think they practiced that a few times? Like somebody caught him, maybe, or they had
once,
maybe a cushion or something, or like I was
maybe one time. I don't know.
Happens out there. Yeah. Oh man. All right, Primo. It's good to see you, buddy. Good to talk to you. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, for sure. Next time we'll have the whole crew here.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody for listening on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, sportswireradio.org. Thank you so much. And also I want to let everybody know we'll be back in just a couple of weeks right after the Rumble to talk all the happenings of what just happened in the Royal Rumble. So thank you guys all for hanging out with us. Primo, take us home, Daddy.
Adios.
You know what? Fuck those pussies, the Harris brothers. You know what? Yeah, those suckers didn't show up. They get the heat, Daddy.
That's right. They got heat in the locker room now.
Right. Fuck those assholes. I'm coming for blood.